So I'm sitting here trying to get my work done. Here, would you like to see my office space? TV. Shoot, I wasn't going to show that McDonald's bag. Taxes, I'm behind 2 chapters. I have to pick up food for, what am I doing? Oh, serving Rotary today. I was at concessions 5 hours last night. Working, being like a good mom, and then doing extra things like taxes. When are people supposed to get all this stuff done? I really have no idea. But that's beside the point. So I was watching Good Morning America because that just makes me feel awake. And every freaking day, the news is talking about Princess Catherine. One, who is Catherine? Her name is Kate Middleton. Like, why are they now calling her Catherine? And two, why does anybody care about her surgery? I mean, I don't mean that in a mean way, but I don't care. There's like rumors like William had an affair and had a baby with somebody named Rose, and Kate's lost 892 feet of her colon, and her name is... The media has always referred to her as Kate. Right? Have I missed that? I feel like she has been called Kate Middleton the whole of my life. Maybe I'm just wrong. But Catherine. It'd be like if people started calling me Adriana Ellica, just because that's my whole name. Adriana Ellica is not my name, but I sort of wish it were. Adriana Ellica. It's just funny what the news... Why does she sign K and her... I don't know. I have no idea. I just don't want to hear about it. And I also think I'm enough of like a nerd that I'm like, there is a 2-hour window in the morning for people to get their news, right? And that news is really important. So this morning I heard about Catherine's surgery, and then I saw an elephant try to pick up a tourist cart. And I was sort of tickled with that. And then I saw, what else was on the news? Oh, there's some snow coming somewhere. And I was like, these things are okay. And then the only news I saw that was actually delightful was CNN chasing down Michelle Morrow, who, if you're not from North Carolina, blah, 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 you don't care. Maybe, but CNN, this guy was from New York City, and he came down to Raleigh, and he tried to find Michelle Morrow. So he goes to a Republican, blah, 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 something. And Mark Robinson was there. Now, when Mark Robinson doesn't get the attention, the next person must be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So Michelle Morrow, Phyllis, is our Republican candidate for the North Carolina State Superintendent position, where we have, I think, 1.5 million students. She's the one that calls children with special needs retarded. And she wants to be head of education, which is our biggest line item in the budget. So you're going to take somebody that was a nurse and that has some education experience. She homeschooled 5 children. And listen, I love a homeschooler. I'm impressed with a homeschooler. I didn't have children in mind thinking that I would keep them with me forever, clearly, because most of those fools got sent out of here at 14. I'm just kidding. They did not get sent away. But Sherry, she won't respond to any of the questions. So this guy from New York City traps her at the end of a meeting last night in Raleigh. And he's like, hello, how did it go? She was like, good. Now tell me who you are. He goes, well, I'm with CNN. She said, have you been parked in my neighborhood this week? He was like, well, yes, I have, because you haven't responded to our questions. And we just want to know what if you regret saying you wish that Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer should be placed in front of a firing squad. And she was like, how do you know I said that? And he said, because you tweeted it? And she said, how do you know I sent the tweet? He was like, are you denying that those are your tweets? Well, no. Public pay-per-view executions. I don't care if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're a socialist, if you're a commie. When you're talking about public executions on pay-per-view, and you want to be in charge of 1.5 million of North Carolina's children, this is a bad type. This is a bad type. So, sounds like she's a librarian type who thinks public money shouldn't be used to help special needs kids. It's the problem with the family. That's probably pretty accurate, Phyllis, I would say. Yeah. In the way she, years ago, I had a physician that asked me if my son Amos was retarded. He was an anesthesiologist. Amos was 2, so this is 8 years ago. And I said, you think I would have gotten crazy, but I didn't. I said, no, I don't think so. I was so taken aback with the question. And he said, it's okay. I have a Downs kid. And I will tell you that I was blown away, because here's a man using very inappropriate language, and he has a child. Let me clean my camera off. No, we love librarians. She doesn't mean that. She just means, never mind. Just forget. Don't get all in a snit over the comments. He said, it's okay, I have a Downs kid. So this woman, Michelle Morrow, who's running for state superintendent against Mo Green, who is awesome, says, I have a niece and nephew. They're retarded. Wonder how her niece and nephew's mother feels about that. Maybe that's who I should try to interview. I've sent 2 emails and said, I'd like to have Michelle come on. I'd like to give her a chance to talk about her concepts and ideas and, yes, libertarian. And they're like, we'll get back to you. Crickets, crickets, crickets. So anyway, so this guy from CNN keeps asking her questions. Tell me about this. Tell me about this. And she said, are you from North Carolina? And he was like, nope. She goes, well, you need to keep your eyes on your own paper. Okay, I went back to 1983 when she said that. You need to keep your eyes on your own paper. I mean, that literally is what teachers used to say when you were in the 4th grade, 3rd grade, taking a multiplication exam. Keep your eyes on your own paper. She said, you don't need to bother yourself with North Carolina. Well, let me tell you something right now, Michelle Morrow, and to CNN. I am glad that other states are paying attention to what's happening in North Carolina. Please do not abandon us. Do not forget about us. Please spend your time worrying about North Carolina over Princess Catherine's surgery, because we need you. We need the world to say, no, 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 no. There are 19% undecided voters in North Carolina. They don't know who to vote for. Those people need to see, who is Michelle Morrow? Who is she? I like her because she went to the thing at the Capitol. I like her because she wants to put Obama in front of a firing squad on pay-per-view. I like her because she calls children retarded. What? And for a minute, if you don't care about all those things, tell me that you want someone like her to run the biggest budget in the state of North Carolina. This matters. And somebody said, well, she's smart. Okay, let's play a little game. Adrian is not an anesthesiologist, but Adrian tinkers with medicine. You're getting ready to have surgery. And Adrian instead of getting hired by the hospital has a new program. It's called an election. And Adrian is going to run to be your anesthesiologist. And Adrian's smart. I mean, every day she siphons out medicine for Amos, 2 guanfacines, 10 milligrams of citalopram, 4 something of memantine, 3 of risperidone. I mean, she's good. But do you want her doing your surgery or being your pediatrician? No, you do not. Do you want a person that was a nurse, that led a school for 5 people, to be in charge of the biggest budget in North Carolina? Are you crazy? If you say yes, then you officially and it's rare that I say this kind of stuff. You might think yahoo, she's for the people and schools are indoctrination centers. You know what I would tell you? Get your fanny out to school. Go spend a morning at your elementary school. Go spend a morning at your middle school. And you tell me if you see indoctrination. Because you know what I see? I see poverty. I see kids that live in houses that don't have beds or pencils. I see teachers who are working so hard to get children invested in learning. I see kids who come to school in the morning, and they haven't eaten since lunch yesterday. And if you think Michelle Morrow is going to fix that with this baloney she's spouting, you're crazy. Do you know what's going to happen if she gets in charge? Schools are going to tank in North Carolina. There are going to be more people not graduating. And then, you know what it's going to do to you? It's going to cost you more money. Because when you don't graduate from high school, you're much more likely to need welfare and public aid. So then, the state of North Carolina is going to be subsidizing people instead of educating them. So if you consider yourself a conservative, then you need to think about, are you fiscally conservative, which is the kind of conservative I am? And if you're fiscally conservative, you should want someone with experience like Mo Green, Deputy Superintendent of Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools, has a Juris Doctorate, Superintendent of another school system. You want someone who is educated and knowledgeable and an educator. I'm just telling you, you want them. If you vote for Michelle Morrow, you can kiss the state of North Carolina goodbye. And more importantly, you can kiss Eastern North Carolina goodbye, because it's beautiful here and we have this water and it's lovely. But if our school system gets in the tank, no one will move here. We can't have doctors, so then we have no hospital. And if we have no hospital, we have no school system, because we don't even have enough teachers as it is. So instead of thinking and falling for this indoctrination crap, she literally thinks Jim Carrey wants to drink the blood of children to stay alive longer. She is an active participant in QAnon. Drink the blood of children? This is nutso. This makes Mark Robinson look like John F. Kennedy. I mean, you cannot have a state superintendent that believes Jim Carrey is drinking the blood of children. Can you? Please, Lord, let these people think. Mo Green, Mo Green, Mo Green. I don't care if you hate a Democrat. If you love North Carolina, you will vote Mo Green. Goodbye.